It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Hello, sweet peas. It's a new year. We haven't done like a month of influencing video probably in a year, maybe more than that. So I thought it might be fun because I happen to remember to do one at the beginning-ish of a month. So we're just barely into January, just barely into 2025. We actually had quite a few ads last month for the first time in forever. I say quite a few, it was like 3. We just filmed an ad for this chair, really exciting. Probably will already be up by the time that this video goes out because I don't think it'll go out for a while. Then we have an ad that we've already filmed that is supposed to go live this month. And we're waiting to get paid from a couple of brands. We can't share like specifics for legal reasons, but I do think we'll talk a little bit about like the financial aspects of being a creator, mostly because like I know a lot of people here are members of the nosy community. I can't promise that we will always be able to be detailed, but I do feel like something that's really important to us as creators is just being transparent with what a strange job it is and the financial aspects of the strangeness of it. So we filmed that. Felix is editing it right now, just off camera. Then we have Mimi watching the baby for another like 45 minutes. So we're going to have a big, huge meeting about the next few weeks of content. I think also about like our goals for 2025 and maybe some strategizing on that. Yeah. I think something that's really interesting about being content creators that maybe not everyone who is a content creator goes through is that like Felix and I are like a couple who makes content. And sorry, our furnace is really loud because it's broken right now. So if you can hear it. He's also part of it. I think something that's really interesting that the two of us go through as content creators that not necessarily every influencer does is that because we are a couple, we are both, it's like we're both co-workers and we're also both managers and we're also both the talent. So there's like many, I would say at least once a day, there's like some tiny little conversation we have to have about some sort of content. And then we try to ideally have like kind of a big-ish meeting every few weeks about like things we want to prioritize, things that like would be exciting but we don't necessarily need to prioritize, both calling each other out a little bit about maybe what's realistic, things like that. I'm not gonna talk necessarily specifically about every single day, every single thing, because then it would be like a 4-hour-long video. But I am gonna try and do little wrap-ups every few days about things that have been going on, try and film clips while we're doing other things like that. Stuff that's already happened just this morning is I posted a 35-minute Patreon video. If you're not on Patreon, it's a fun time. We post unedited, silly, goofy content of us just talking and not shutting up. I also have started editing this week's YouTube video. Had to talk to our manager about this ad. We also have to talk to her later about a couple of other things. And then later today, I have to go to our P.O. box, which we have because of this job, and see if there's anything there that we need to pick up. So, yeah, medium busy day. Not terribly busy. A lot of computer work. I'm going to spend basically the whole day editing, I think. We'll see. All right, here's what I've gotten done today. It is a Saturday. Our YouTube videos right now go up on Sundays. I'm hoping in the next few weeks to change it to where they go up on Saturdays because I think they'll do a little bit better, possibly. Maybe not, we'll see. I have this week's video finished. It's Craft Week Part 2. I edited this one. It ended up being a 35-minute video. This is just telling you about how long it took to edit that video specifically. It definitely does vary based on the type of video and the like vibe of the editing that I'm going for, or that Veronica, our other editor, is also going for. This is a 35-minute video. It took me about 5-ish hours to edit if I am like including uploading everything, making sure it's in the right order, editing the clips, going through, watching it a second time, adding in the audio, adding in pictures, making the thumbnail total. It obviously, that's like 5 hours of actual work. It probably ended up being about 8 hours with the amount of times I had to take tiny breaks to like leave and go help Felix with the baby for a second or go eat dinner or things like that. And that's just for a 35-minute video. If you ever see like a 2-hour video from us, it probably took 10 to 12 hours, if not more. That's also not including the time it took to film anything. So I know a lot of people are curious about that aspect of it. Again, I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to, I'm part of the nosy community, and I know all of you guys are too. So that is about how long that took. Edited just the tiniest bit today, just made the thumbnail. Felix is hanging out with the kiddo while they take a nap. That's in the other room. I'm in our bedroom, which is obviously where the computer is. So I'm about to start another video, a little reset for 2025 video. I hope I'll be able to finish like cleaning in here, that segment. I'll probably be filming for about an hour, maybe 2 hours to get that started. We'll see. We'll see. Hello, sweet peas. It is a new year. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it came so fast. This is a very long part of the process, is just waiting for things to export from Premiere to my computer. No one will ever know how many days are lost to a girl waiting on something to export to her computer. The research hasn't been done. We don't have the technology to know. We are going to the plus size clothing swap. Elliot working the clothing swap with me. Felix is at home with the baby. This isn't something that like every content creator does, but it's something that we do to help our community. Yeah, and we meet people and we get to take home some cute clothes sometimes, and we hang out with our friends. Sorry, I've just noticed there's like a party up here on the top right of that green building.
Oh.
They've got like chandelier.
Also,
like,
is there a
little...
tree in
Yeah,
there?
they've got things hanging in the tree.
Oh.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
Happy Hanukkah. Anyway, I think it'll go well.
I think
Go
it's
team.
fine.
Yeah.
Hello, it's me, Felix. I am paying our Oregon taxes. We owe a lot of back taxes, and it has just been stressfully weighing on me for months and months and months. And it's like fine, like I knew it was gonna be fine, and we're kind of like at the point where it's getting to be like actually fine. But yeah, there was just a weird lull in a lack of ads for us, because normally I pay off the majority of our taxes from the last year with like our like Q4 earnings, which is just like the last chunk of the year when everybody's doing like holidays and like other things like that. And the Q4 like time that we would be hired is typically like October-ish, and that just like really didn't happen at all. We had like almost no ads, as I'm sure y'all have heard us complain about. So we would have definitely had to go back to work if it was not for Patreon and the growing amount of like money that we're making on YouTube. Right now with YouTube, we're making in the vicinity of like between like $300 and like $500 a month. And this time last year we were making like $200-ish a month. If I had to like guess, I can go back and look at that numbers for you if you're a part of the nosy community as I am. Yeah, so we had a little less than $1,000 on our Oregon taxes, and we owe, it's right around like $12,000 to federal taxes. Part of it is that I need to restructure the way that our business is, like the type of corporation we are technically. And it's just like a lot, and it is stressful. And then I was planning on taking care of it last year. I had like a tax phone call meeting, like planned and all of these things, and then the baby came like basically a month earlier than we thought he was going to. Not quite, that's dramatic, like 3 weeks. And so yeah, that just didn't really get done. And so I'm very excited to pay off our Oregon one because it has been making me tense. And then this year we have been supposed to have a business account this whole time, and we just never had one, and now we do. I didn't know that legally we had to have one, so I guess if you're with the IRS, please don't cancel me or jail me or whatever. Somebody recently said to me, not recently, years ago, feels recent, said to me that you can't go to jail for tax fraud if it was on accident. And I don't know if that's true, but it feels true, and I'm not going to Google it because I'm not trying. I'm not trying to do anything. In fact, the way in which I'm doing taxes, I'm almost certain that it's much worse. Like, I am making things more expensive and bad for myself. There's no way that what I'm doing is any kind of a loophole. It has to be like it's a poop hole that I've created instead. So, don't come for me, government. But yeah, very excited to have this paid off, so I just don't have to worry about it. Don't have to look at it, don't have to think about it, don't have to like, so that's great. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I'll probably do some like short form video editing. We just posted an ad that's going really well. It's like a 2-part ad. It's one that's in like a series of things that we're doing, which doesn't typically happen for us. We don't normally have a brand hire us for like 2, and also across 2 platforms. It's like TikTok, Instagram, 2 videos. So that's exciting, but we filmed all the stuff for that weeks ago, and I'm probably going to go through and edit that. I don't think I'll do the voiceover yet, but I'm going to take like the clips and like put them where I want them. The baby's sleeping. We stopped doing shifts in the night in the dark, but we're back on them right now. But yeah, I've got my little herbal tea because I'm hoping to be able to fall asleep at 3 a.m.-ish in 5 hours. And yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing right now.
Hello, good morning. It's like 2:30 in the morning. I've been up for like an hour and a half because we're back to shifts very momentarily while the baby is going through a sleep regression for the last hour and a half. Something that I would do a lot when we were on shifts, and now I do typically like during one of his naps, is work that I do from my phone. Just about all of Felix's work for our job is from their phone because they're in charge of like our short form content. And they edit that on their phone. I am like the secretary though, and that's the work that I do on my phone. So I just updated our like weekly schedule of what we're doing this week and made a list keeping track of the videos that I'm filming right now, which right now I'm filming books of 2024. Right now I'm just in like the note-taking, script making stage. This video right now that you're watching, and then I'm also filming like a 2025 reset. So I just have notes about all those, kind of keeping everything separate, making sure like, oh, I really want to record this for this video, so I need to make sure to do that. Stuff like that. And then posting on like Threads, Blue Sky, if I have anything to post to Pinterest. Right now I don't really. I'm not like prioritizing Pinterest. I think I want to in the next few months, but like right now I'm too sleepy. I slept like 4 hours yesterday total. I'm about to do like dishes and like housework and like, because I think probably, if I had to guess, I think the baby's gonna wake up in like 30 minutes and need to be snuggled for like an hour. So yeah, those are the kind of things that I kind of do daily. They take a little bit longer at the beginning of the week because I'm like setting up the calendar, but they still take time daily. I posted a short, stuff like that, like stuff that I can do from my phone. Also texted our manager about an ad that we were supposed to post today, but like the brand hasn't gotten back to us on like approving our post, so we are waiting on that. And then also talked to our editor Veronica yesterday, just like little voice memos back and forth about the different videos I'm working on right now, which one she would like to edit, that kind of stuff. And that's like, it is work, but it's like, it takes like 2 seconds to text someone, you know, so that it's like out of my brain and into a text message. I think otherwise I'm not doing much work today. We have an appointment this morning, and then hopefully we can get a nap in this afternoon, like a big family nap. But we'll see. It depends on a lot of things. I'm getting ready to film our favorite books of 2024 video. I need to put my ring on. I take my ring off a lot while I'm cleaning because I don't like the way it feels when my hands get like tight from like scrubbing things, you know what I mean? And then I forget to put it on all the time. But I'm always afraid that someone will comment and be like, why aren't you wearing your ring? But it's just because I take it off a lot. Hopefully I won't be filming more than like maybe an hour. And honestly, that's probably like generous because I'm only planning on talking about 5 books that I really liked, like maybe 3 books that I didn't like that much. And then talking about like just some reading goals and also like how to get back into reading tips. Then I think we're going to swap. Felix is going to record theirs, and then we're sending it. Veronica's going to be editing that one. I've mentioned this in other videos, but like what tends to happen and what our goal with having an editor is, Veronica edits about half of our long form videos and we do the other half. I mean, me. It used to be Felix who did all of them, which is why they were very like sporadic. Because Felix doesn't like, they don't mind editing at all. If I asked them to start doing it again, I think they would. But I really like it. It just took me a while to like get the gumption to like teach myself Premiere. What happened with getting an editor is Veronica reached out to us and then we chatted about it for a while and then made it happen, which is really exciting. We already knew Veronica. We had like an established friendship relationship, and it's been so helpful because it made doing more long form content a lot less scary. Because if I had to edit every single week while our baby is still so small, I think it would be really daunting. But because I only do 2 to 3 videos a month and Veronica does the other 2 to 3, depending on how many weeks there are and who wanted to do what, it makes it a little bit easier, which is nice. And I feel like everyone really likes having the long form content. I know I enjoy editing the ones that I enjoy editing. So yeah, really exciting. Sorry, I have like 2 mirrors that I'm looking at. I don't always put on makeup for videos. I do feel like when it's like me talking for a long time, kind of close up, I put on makeup. Not because I think anyone like wants me to, but because I like to. I think it's nice. I never keep up with like how much time we spend filming. Not even just filming. Like the thing about content creation that, at least like the kind of content I consume and the kind of content that I feel does well, is like you need to make sure you have like a fairly good angle, like fairly good lighting, things like that, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's the kind of stuff that like really takes, people don't consider that it does take time. On top of like actually filming something, typically, at least for us, the reason we end up with so many bloopers is because we talk a lot and you don't need all of it. And then also we mess up words or, you know, say things in the wrong order or whatever. And so then you have to like start over, refilm it. I would say for every like 5-ish minutes that you see, there's probably another like 2 to 3 minutes of like either bloopers or just like dead space of me just staring into space being like, what was I gonna say? Even when it's like a video that like is kind of scripted out where I like have notes about what I want to talk about. It's hard, you know? So it's not just however long the video is, it's however long we filmed. It's usually like at least 2 to 3 times more that we filmed. Like most recently for the like crafting week 2 video that I filmed, it was probably like 2 hours worth of content, worth of like things that were filmed, and it ended up being like a 35-minute video, just to like give you an estimate. But yeah, we'll see how long this takes. Hopefully not too long. I think we all know that an excellent way to reset for the new year is to get your nails done. Okay, we're about to do a reshoot for an ad. It doesn't happen that much. Yeah, Felix is not happy about it.
Here's the situation.
Tell us. So
I don't mind doing a reshoot. And with this one specifically, we pretty heavily featured the Muppet in our like original shoot of this ad. Please, if you think that you can tell what this ad is that we're talking about, don't like try to go comment on it or like say shitty things to the brand. Like that's not the idea. Like we're gonna be vague on purpose because we don't want you to know. And also, please know that like I don't want those kinds of comments regardless. But especially if you were to accidentally think it's something that we're like actually getting paid very well for, like I don't want. Just you see what I'm saying? Like try not to make assumptions.
We're not talking shit about the brand specifically. But
I am, but I don't want you to know who it is. So don't.
We do genuinely want you to not know who it is.
Genuinely.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Essentially, yeah. Like I don't want them to like, what's it called? I was gonna say prophesize. You can, in your own nosy community mind, be like, let me think about this, but please don't like act on anything. Okay. This is one where it just, to me, it's not something that is necessary. Like recently we did an ad with a baby carrier. And so like, yeah, like the baby like has to be in that ad. Like it doesn't make sense for the Muppet to be in the ad.
And they were very cool because they were like, you can definitely use specific angles to not show his face.
We were like super like, here are all of the things that we would need to be comfortable doing this at all. And they were essentially like, yes. And the other thing is that like in the recording of that ad, there's almost nothing that like the baby needs to be doing for it, right? Except for like me
sitting safely.
Sitting safely and me making sure that he like I'm filming where he's turned the other way. So it's like not. This one is an ad that we tried to do where we like very heavily featured the Muppet because it's an ad that one, I don't feel like to see the specs of what this product is, there needs to be a baby involved at all whatsoever.
No, you could absolutely buy this not having a baby and it would be actually still a very useful thing.
Yes, and then also, like, it's just all of the things that it does in order to show, like, here's the thing that it does that's, like, relevant to the baby, if that makes sense. Like, you would have to include, I don't know, I feel like I'm just mad because I don't like a brand telling us, like, actually, we'd like to see more of your human actual child and not of the Muppet. Because one, the Muppet is funny. It's not a serious ad. We're not getting paid very well for it. And it's like fine. And we just have a little family and we're trying to... Yeah.
This is boring, Daddy.
We're trying to be able to, send him to college. But just for right now, like pay rent and other things. So like whatever, we're going to do.
Yeah, we're kind of not turning down a lot post having a baby.
And it's a good product. I like the product.
It's
true. It's not even so much that. It's just that like... I don't know, like the Muppet is funny. People are not anti the Muppet. Like our followers, if you're hiring us to do an ad and it's because you want to see the kind of ad that we would do and you want to like activate our follower base, which is generally why people want us to do an ad for them, then they're going to think it's funny that we have the Muppet.
Yes, they always do.
It's always, the Muppet's a hit. Like, I don't know. It just really it pisses me off.
Brands sometimes, I feel like, I'm calling out Hint and Big Fig specifically.
Yes.
In a pro way.
Yeah.
They clearly hire us because they know that, like, our audience engages well with our ads, and also our ads are funny and original.
Yeah.
And I like doing them a lot, genuinely.
Yes.
I mean, getting paid is also nice, but I like making them because we get to be silly.
Right.
And then, obviously, a lot of brands, clearly, either they just hire us because, like, we have good numbers and they don't actually know anything about us.
Right. But, like, for instance, the baby carrier brand, not one that we've ever worked with before, they're paying us very well. And we sent them our video that's, like, the silly kind of, like, Crocodile Dundee-esque, but we didn't want to infringe on their IP or whatever, so it's like not me doing an accent version. So it's kind of like we're like, oh, it's a nature show. It's like kind of the energy there, right? And they immediately approved it. Like they were like, perfect, that looks great, sounds good. Which like I don't need every brand to do that, but I would love for you.
No, I really don't mind reshoots.
Trust me. Yes, I don't mind a reshoot, but just trust me that I know that like people will like because they do. Like if it's an ad that we've made, our ultrasound one where we were like the baby's drinking hint water in utero.
Yes,
that one did really well, and like hint water never has to boost us because we get really stellar numbers on those ads compared to other ads, and like they're like on par with the other things, the other actual just regular videos that we do, because they're very funny and silly.
Yeah.
Let us be silly 2025.
Please. Another part of being a content creator is sometimes we have to reshoot ads.
So anyway, I'm doing malicious compliance, where there's like this, the Muppet was very heavily featured in our original shoot. And so now the parts that previously would have had a baby or the Muppet or like a stand-in, like they're not gonna have the baby that whole time. The reason we use the Muppet is because that's then a significant portion of the ad can include Muppet and us hold it. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's gonna be mostly not, because I don't want him to be in it. Let him not have a job. And it's not a job. Like, he doesn't, it's gonna be like 4 seconds, you know?
Yeah.
And it's the money goes towards him, his formula and our lives.
Yeah.
And, you know, but anyway, I don't know.
No, but it is. I also think sometimes an ad will ask for a reshoot and they give us very specific reason.
Yeah.
And like this one was just like, we want to see more.
They're like, we don't like the Muppet. We'd like to see the baby. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
As a response.
Yeah, sometimes they'll be like, oh, we don't like the way that you phrased XYZ for legal reasons, or
Sure,
for, like, we don't
sure.
want it to sound too much like this other thing, or
Sure.
da-da-da-da, which I always love, because I'm nosy. I like to know why.
For those, normally, they have, like, for brands where something is specific in that way, they typically give us, like, a sheet that's like, you can say this, you can't say this.
Yeah.
So I'm always a little annoyed when we get reshoots like that, where I'm like, okay, well, you should have told me what the rules were to begin with.
Anyway, yeah. It'll be
Goodness.
good. It'll be fine. It won't take long.
Wow. Yeah.
But it is just part of the job.
It makes me scream. And this is, you know, we've had much harder jobs. It's not that I'm saying that this is like the hardest thing. It pisses me off.
Yeah. We didn't have a video this weekend. I didn't want to edit one, and then Veronica had a migraine, so we were like, take the weekend off. We had Mimi watch the baby so we could film part of the reset video. We also last night spent about 20 minutes filming a Patreon video that I'm going to upload in just a minute. I like doing them. We just forget about them. Right now we're trying to do them on like Tuesdays-ish. For work, we have another edit to do on one of our ads. We had to send a script for a different ad to our manager. So what happens is like the company talks to our manager, they go back and forth to like a final like price. Our manager comes to us and is like, this is how much this brand wants to pay you for this deliverable. Is that worth it to you or not? We kind of don't turn anything down right now that is like not horrible.
If it's
We
easy,
have a lot to pay on taxes and stuff, so.
I mean, we owe $12,000 to the federal government. They've heard about this.
Right.
I
No,
think
I
that
wasn't saying poor us.
No, yeah.
But I would say most content creators that we know who do this as a job if you see an ad, they take most of the ads that they get offered. That's what I'm trying to get across.
If it's for a sex toy, know that they need money.
That is true. If you see an influencer do an ad with a sex toy company, they needed the money.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so we did that. We have a meeting with our manager later this week talking about our like goals for the year, probably a little bit of like shit talking, gabbing, you know.
Yapping.
The works.
Squirting.
Just a couple of gals being pals.
Sorry for saying squirting. We filmed a video where we were saying names of different social medias you could find us on. Yeah.
Right now, and you're from the future, so maybe you know something we don't know.
Did TikTok get banned? F in the chat for TikTok, or W in the chat for wow. TikTok's not deleted.
The W is for woman, the F is for female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to 2025.
Welcome to 2025.
No boys.
The future
allowed.
is female only. Nobody else.
Okay, anyway. Yeah, we're being unplugged, going out of town with it's like a family reunion type thing. It's not like a reunion, but
That's also not really true because we have 2 ads we'll be posting while we're there.
that's true. I don't know how to have a word. We're doing scroll free weekend.
Doom scroll less.
Yeah. Oh, we also, big news in our house, last night, bought
Oh, a vlogging camera.
A vlogging
Didn't we
camera.
tell them that we did that?
We said we were going to. And I was going to film when we did it, but here's the problem is I did it on my phone.
It's kind of stressful.
And right now I film on my phone.
Right. What are you going to do?
You get it. So anyway, very exciting. I am trying to buy from Amazon less. Here's the problem. The camera, not on Amazon and at Best Buy, $800. On Amazon right now, it was on sale for $640. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
So I did buy it on Amazon, full disclosure. Okay. This did not age well. We're not buying from Amazon at all right now because of the general boycottiness of Amazon, unless you really need to. I'm not here to judge what everybody else is doing. But anyway, so this was the last purchase that we made from them in a long time. At least that's the plan. So sorry it didn't age well, but what are you going to do?
Okay, I'm editing this video.
And now my husband will be editing a video.
Well, I was going to be trying to do that, and then I didn't know you
No,
guys
oh my
talked
God.
for so long.
I wasn't mad.
She's a hater.
I don't know. That will be coming in tomorrow. I'll probably wait till we get all of it, do a little unboxing. If it's here in time. Anyway, yeah, so the difference about this week compared to other weeks is that I hopefully will have the Reset 2025 video finished by Thursday night, which normally I don't finish it till Saturday and it goes up on Sunday. Last time though, like 2 weeks ago, I completely finished it by Friday night. It was amazing. I would love to do that forever. We'll see. My other big goal this week is to make a schedule that we follow. I keep saying that, it keeps not happening. It's hard. Here's the problem, every day is so different. Did you know that every day's a new day? With new needs and new conversations? Anyway, as far as work goes, once Felix edits this video, I think we're done for the night. As far as job work, we have a lot of cleaning that I have to do in the next couple days that I might film, I might not. It goes faster when I don't film it, so who knows? Okay, ready?
Yeah. Natural.
This is normal.
This is so regular. This is how I hold this.
One of them's gotta be good.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, I think the last thing I did was I was editing. So the 2025 Reset video took about 13 hours of editing, but that's including me taking a lunch break and like a dinner break, which were both probably like an hour.
Timed yourself.
I like just looked at the clock and then did some math.
That's what that is.
You made it seem like I had a stopwatch.
Oh, well no, but like, you know.
Yeah. It was like 13 hours minus like an hour for lunch. So like 11 hours and then minus probably like me multitasking by like working on shorts while I was watching the video for the second time. So like roughly 10 to 11 hours of editing for an hour-and-a-half video. Not that bad.
Yeah.
Certainly don't love doing it all in one day, but good to know it's possible if need be. Oh, you got a system here. Careful.
I got it built in. Yeah.
So that was that. And then we took a weekend away with like a family thing with Felix's family. Tried to not scroll. We did work a little bit. So you posted the ad.
Yeah.
You posted one of our ads. You left the cabin to go get better Wi-Fi and to go to the store. It was a twofer trip.
Yes.
How did that go?
That was fine.
What typically happens when you post an ad? Would you like to walk through the types of text messages you have to send to our manager?
Sure. So in general, I'll be like, I just post it. That sometimes a brand will be like, please post it at this time. That's not really a sign of them being like persnickety or anything. Some people are more. I don't know if you guys can see my face. If not, hello. Sorry about that.
I think
some brands are more persnickety than others, and it's not a big deal. In general, they don't typically have a specific time that they want us to post by. So I'll just do like highest engagement. This time I didn't do it at our highest engagement time. I did it earlier in the morning because that was the time I was going to be out and about. But what I do is I double check the caption that we had approved by the brand, copy and paste that, make sure that I've got like the captions all correct in whatever other app. Usually I send the draft, like the final draft has like the TikTok captions. But I typically don't, like you can't like download it with the Instagram in-app captions, if that makes sense. So I'll do that, blah, blah, post them both, send the link to our manager. They typically have like an ad code that they want, so that they can like boost it. So, mark it as paid promotion and then copy the ad code after it's generated. Also send that to our manager.
Which can only happen after you posted it, right?
Yes. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then
I monitor comments. Obviously, it's in general, it's kind of hard because I feel like it's not hard. Every once in a while, people will comment things that it's not that there's anything wrong with what they're saying, but if it's not kind of like specific to the ad, you have to play in the space of the ad.
I feel like people who watch
our
our long form content, people on stream, get that.
They are nailing
it. If you ever go to if you're new to like long form with us, if you ever go to our comments on most of our ads, it's like, I remember one time we did one for an Alexa like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We were not even influencers really yet.
We had just started. And
we still had like our office job. Someone commented like, this ad's so amazing, I'm gonna go buy 13 Alexas.
Yes.
And like, that's the energy that our like close followers that we like talk to or talk to us a lot, like people who are always in stream, always in the comments, and it's so funny.
If you can say something genuine, that's even better. Sometimes people will say things and
I try to say something genuine about our friends when I comment on their ads.
Yes, yeah. But sometimes people will be like, oh, like, this is really interesting, I didn't realize this did this, or like, oh, like, I have friends who are having kids soon, like, maybe I'll like tell them to add this to their registry. Like, maybe that's true, maybe that's not. It is a helpful comment to leave. Sometimes people will ask a question that's like a really good question, like, oh, like, what is the size of the waistband on this? I'm very curious. Like, what size is Morgan wearing? Like, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Those are totally fine. Sometimes other people will be like, don't you guys own something else that would work better for this? Do you like that better or this better? And that is not so much playing in the space of the ad.
It's also, I don't want to be like, message me so I can tell you the other one's better.
Yes.
Because I don't want people to think that, as I've said in this and also in other videos, like, we don't do ads with companies that we think their stuff is bad.
Yeah.
Ever.
Sometimes there'll be something that we use more often than the thing that the company has sent us. That doesn't mean that that thing is bad. It's just...
It's also like, for everything that exists, there's a different version that might work better for a specific person for whatever reason.
Yeah. For the baby carrier specifically, we use the Lark all the time. It is $225, and then
the Osprey one's like $150.
It's like $120. It's like $120 or $110.
And it's still really good.
It's great. Yeah. And it's also like, it's structured in a different way. Like, if we had bought that one, I don't think... Like, if that was one that had been on our registry...
I wouldn't have been sad.
I wouldn't have been sad, and I wouldn't have been like, we need to get the Lark instead, because that would be the one that we use primarily. And we're just not a family who uses, like, different carriers under different circumstances, some people are.
Some people, their husbands don't want to use something as, like, girly as the Lark, and so the Osprey one would be, like, a great option for them, because it's, like, much more, like, masculine, gender neutrally, and like
the Lark also comes in like plain ones.
No, it does, but
it's significantly more expensive. But you know, with this expensiveness, there's like a trade-off there, right? Because they're like a small business and it's like made in the U.S. Anyway, there's all these things. They're both good. One of them paid us a significant amount of money to make an ad, and then the other one is something that we bought.
We just already had.
Yes,
we already bought it before we had a code with them or anything.
Yes,
it was the one that we wanted.
Yes,
and then they found out we were influencers, and like now we're like friends with them.
There are some brands that really, in their responses to us, like they won't like the draft that they approved the concept for. And then they'll be like, I need you guys to hurry and film another one that's completely different by the end of the day today.
Some brands will message us or now message our manager and say, like, we want you to do an ad for us. Can you send us, like, a video concept? Which I think is actually nice because then it's like we don't spend all our time filming a video, editing it, sending it off for them to be like, we hate it.
Yes.
So
with Osprey, we had no idea that they were going to let us have fun. So we just, like...
We always, if they don't say, send us a video concept first, we'll film a fun one first.
Yes.
So anytime you guys have seen, like, the Hint ad or the Osprey one, anything that's, like, really fun and silly...
We just sent that off the cuff, and typically they're like, yeah, that was great.
And sometimes they're like, yeah. And sometimes they're like, actually, can you add all these addy things into it?
Yes.
And then, anyway, so sometimes we'll send 2 video concepts, usually one silly, one more like, this is an ad. And if the brand picks this is an ad, that's what they're getting. And some brands, that's what they want. Even if the person we are communicating with is like, I wish we could do a fun one. Whoever's in charge of them not approving the fun one, I get it, whatever.
Yeah.
Some companies are run by old people who don't understand social media. That's fine.
Yeah.
Some brands will be like, we don't like your fun one. Can you do this ad one that you sent in with a script? And it's like, yeah. So then we film that. And then they respond and they'll be like... This feels so much like an ad.
It's really feeling like an ad. Is there a way that you guys could do it, but kind of just like more natural and sort of better and like less?
They'll be like, can you have some fun with it? And it's like, okay, that's what we wanted to do with the fun one.
Yeah.
So
we were having fun with it.
We were having fun with it. You didn't like that. So sometimes a brand will be like, you worked hard on this one that wasn't like the script that we approved, but we don't like it, so can you do something else instead?
You worked hard on this one that was the script that we approved.
Yeah.
We sent a concept for it, we came up with a script, we sent it to you, you said, that's great, film it. We filmed it.
Edited it.
Did the captions, sent it, you didn't like it. They didn't,
and then they're like, can you film another one by the end of the day? Because, like, we don't like this
and
one,
I used to feel bad. I used to feel bad and try to make that happen, and now I do not give a flying heck about that. Because that is, like...
If you approved the concept...
Yes.
You saw that the script was all ad.
Because I directly followed your brief and included all the things that you said, and that was, like, the basis of how I made the script, because we tried to send something fun, and you didn't like the fun concept, so we're just gonna do exactly what the brief says, no more, no less, and that's on you. That's on you that you approved that, and you thought it was gonna be something different than what I directly said
than what
to
I
you.
said it would be.
Yes. And that video, so much love and light, there's not a way to film those that doesn't seem like someone's holding a gun off camera. Like, they just are like, wow, this product, because they have, like, specific, like, wording.
That's the other thing that I need. If you guys know anyone who works in marketing who is like, no, I hate this. If you're sending, like, more than 2 or 3 things you really want me to include in an ad,
it's just
then 30 seconds of the 35-second video is going to be me just reading facts.
Yes.
And an audience isn't going to engage with that. It's boring.
Yes.
So, yeah, some brands are like, we want you to say this 30 seconds worth of stuff, but can you make it fun? And it's like, I can't be like, if you want me to include this chair is yellow, this chair is square, this chair is $150, this chair is available at IKEA and also available online, and this chair also is able to spin in a circle and wipe your butt, then I can't do all of that and also make it fun.
Yes.
That's too many things for me to say, because someone's going to scroll within 30 seconds of an ad, which
and
is why we try to
some
make
briefs will
them
be
short.
like, here are some things that you can include.
Yes.
And they'll say, this chair wipes your butt, this chair spins in a circle, this chair is yellow and available at IKEA, this chair is also square shaped. And then
but they want you to really highlight the price and, like, durability.
Exactly. And sometimes they'll be like, must say this, must have the phrasing be this way, and I just feel like the stricter they are, like, the less fun we're able to make it. But anyway, we had that happen with where they approved it, they didn't like it, they're like, send us one by the end of the day. I was like, no, and we're literally on vacation this weekend, so that's not happening. Like, we can have it to you by end of day Monday, and that's as soon as you're gonna get it. It's nice now because our manager is the one who's kind of, like, doing that in-between part, and it was also, like, I didn't feel super comfortable with, to her, being like, hey, do you mind pushing back against this? Until I was like, hey, how do you feel about when we ask you to push back against something? Is that okay? And she's like, yeah, I don't care. We're getting paid regardless. That's fine. And I was like, incredible. Because, you know, it used to be me being like, actually, no. Like, I'm not able to do that for these reasons.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with our manager. Shout out to Paige. I don't know if she
Paige
watches our
great.
stuff or if
Yeah.
she just watches our short stuff. But
Big fan of Paige.
big fan. It's also really nice to have someone. We had people reach out in the past to, like, ask if we wanted a manager. We said no for a long time. And I think it was just kind of like a perfect, like, what's the opposite of a storm? A perfect day. For, like, Paige reached out when we were, like, just exiting the 4th trimester. Felix was really burnt out from, like, working basically alone. I mean, not totally, but basically alone the entire pregnancy plus the fourth trimester.
Yeah.
Because I was just, like, out for the count. And so, like, we needed someone. And I was just learning how to do the long form editing.
Yeah.
So it was perfect timing. Also, Paige is plus size and also has worked in the past, like, on the marketing side for a brand.
And is queer.
Yes. So, like, it just ended up working out great. We are obsessed with them. You know, anyway, it's really nice to work with someone who's, like, young and also, like, gets it and also has a lot of things in common with us, because we can just send voice memos and be like, okay. So it was just me, like, bitching about stuff.
Yeah.
And being like, do you think I'm being ungrateful or mean if we tell this brand, like, I don't want to include 3 more seconds of whatever, or
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, I don't think it's rude. Also, like, it's literally your job. You're allowed to have boundaries. And, like, also in the future, it's also nice because, like, part of a manager's job is talking to the brands, right?
Yes.
But also, like, Paige is the one reading our contracts, the one negotiating, like, we're not waiting 90 days to get paid, which is amazing.
Yeah.
To not have to wait 3 months to get paid.
Yeah.
Amazing. But it's also nice because Paige will also preemptively say, like, next time when a brand asks, I think we start by mentioning, like, these boundaries about how much you're willing to show your kid or how much you're willing to
Which we
talk
had
about your
before been
relationship.
like, we're not going
or-
to show his face. obviously, you
Yeah.
know, or it's going to be, like, covered up, or it's going to be the back of his head, or, like, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think, but we've changed, like, the amount of seconds also is important to me, because it's not that I just want him to be in the ad the whole time.
It's also, there's so many
baby
baby things that the baby doesn't need to be in the ad.
Yes.
The baby carrier, obviously, he needed to be in it.
Yeah.
Because, like, it'd be weird to put the doll on the baby carrier. But there are other things where it's like, I think it's really funny to have, when Big Fig let us use our Muppet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And it also does really well. Like, I think that's the
Yeah.
thing is, like, some brands really get that, like, our name is CouplaGoofs.
Right.
We are silly.
But anyway,
let us be silly.
this most recent thing, they were
Yes.
like, want to buy it today? We're like, no, you get it Monday. We instead just, like, filmed the ad that we would have wanted to film that was silly and I think is good. And it's just so silly. Yeah, so anyway, now we get to post a fun one for this brand, which is great. They only had, like, one thing that they wanted us to change. But, like, still, even today, they're like, and by the end of the day, can you send us this and this and this? And it's like, yeah, girl, but, like, you're...
Only because we can.
Yeah.
Only because we literally can. But,
And
like, when we were out of
this is
town, we
your-
couldn't.
This is your... You've created this problem.
I do feel like in
They
the
also,
future...
when they were gonna contact us originally, they were supposed to have talked to us, like, a month before they finally got in contact with us, because the way that, like, the Passover happened, where we were working with somebody different, not the same person, like, we were, like, introduced to the person who was supposed to be... So, like, I don't know what happened there, if they lost our email and they realized that they were, like, down one influencer for this whatever, like, release they're doing or whatever it is, I don't know. But again, like, that's not my fault. And I'm certain that the people who work there aren't gonna get paid less if an influencer posts, you know, 48 hours later than they wanted them to post originally. Like, it's all.
The other thing
fine.
is, I don't mind a quick turnaround if that's what you say from the get-go.
Yes.
So some brands,
Yes.
especially like
when we worked with Oregon Healthcare Insurance Marketplace specifically, they
Yeah.
were like, as a heads up, because this is on a timeline, these are the dates.
because of
when we
open
posted that.
enrollment.
Yes, and they were super nice about it, and they were like, is that possible? If not, we could bump it to the next one. And we're like, oh yeah, like, we can do that. Like, here's...
Yeah. And
And they were
some
great.
influencers, not us so much, but some influencers charge a bit more when there's a quick turnaround. If we don't have anything lined up and we do have the time,
Yeah, I don't care.
like I would rather us quickly get to like the contract signing and da than to like negotiate an extra rate for it to be a little bit faster. And sometimes it's not possible, but they'll be like, what if we pay you more? And I'm like, you know what?
I'll take it.
I'll take it. It's just, it depends on the brand so much. But yeah, so this weekend, mostly unplugged,
Yes.
which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the TikTok ban, all that happened. I don't want to talk about all that. That's
No.
not what this is about.
No. So
This is
stressful.
about
Our
just
job.
our job. I mean, that is relevant, but
It was-
maybe I'll talk about it at the end.
It was stressful.
It was stressful, but anyway, other than like trying to keep up with that, we just like texted our manager a bit, tried not to scroll. I did post on Shorts because I had some stuff scheduled, so I like monitored those comments. And then we had one of our long form videos go live, so I just like was kind of monitoring those comments. It was mostly me reading them and then hearting them, just so like I know that I read them,
Yeah.
to make sure nobody's like bullying us. Although bullying on long form doesn't happen that much.
Yeah,
You would have to have a lot of time to go bully someone over a 30-minute video, and you waited till minute 28 to find something to bully them about.
That's so true.
And like it certainly happened, but much less. What I will say about YouTube Shorts, the type of bullying we've gotten is just so clearly not thoughtful.
9-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's definitely 9-year-olds.
Someone commented on like I posted the one about like the Boy Scout popcorn, me being sad that I couldn't buy popcorn from him because I didn't want popcorn. And someone nicely commented and was like, just so you know, like I was a Girl Scout like troop leader for so many years, and like it really doesn't affect, like people who want it are gonna buy it, people who don't are like they're not sad. And they were like, you know, but obviously like Girl Scouts sell cookies, and then someone was like, this girl doesn't need any more cookies, and it's like, please get creative. I'm begging you.
We've heard that one.
We've heard that one. It's just like, I don't, you know, and I'm not about to tell a 9-year-old that, like, I could have sex with his mom if I really wanted to. It's just not nice.
But you could, and you know that.
Like, I know that.
Right.
You know, and being 30, I'm the bigger person.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, now, for this second, I'm about to go have stream for just a bit. I only stream once a week right now. Felix is gonna stay with the snuggle baby. And while he's sleeping, you'll probably work and edit that thing.
Yeah.
And then both of us actually have to work later today, hopefully, and watch a video that Veronica edited to send off any edits for her if we have them, so that we can post that on
It's the book one, right?
Saturday. It's the book one,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so big week.
Yeah.
Okay, stream is about to start, but I forgot that I wanted to film an unboxing of all of our new things for vlogging, for long form content. I'm so excited. So this is our new vlogging camera. We've never spent, let me think. I don't think we've ever spent this much money on our like business, our content creation. The other most expensive thing that we have is a computer, and Felix's dad actually got that for us as a gift, because he gets a pretty big discount at work. So, yeah, I'm so excited. So this is the Sony, let's see, what's his full Christian name? The Sony ZV-E10. Highly recommended. Lots of people really like it. So we got a little strap. I'm actually really glad. This must be to plug it into the computer. I don't know what these little bits and bobs are. But here she is. The star of the show. Sorry, stream is like literally on. It's just on the starting soon. I'm so excited. I'm so nervous. I don't want to break anything. Look at that. So I can film and see myself at the same time, which I'm not capable of doing right now because we always use the back camera. And then what are these? We have a screen protector for the screen. We have a case that's pink. I went with pink because, like, of who we are as people, honestly. I do feel like it probably looks cuter without a case, but we have a baby. We're clumsy. I feel like it was smart to get one. I only bought one SD card for now for 256 gigabytes because I don't know, like we've never used anything besides our phone. So I have no concept of like how many cards we would need in theory. So I figured I'd just start with one, see how quickly we like use it up before we need to like put it on the computer and then empty it out. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. You can Google like how much 4K can I film in before I use this, and it said like about 200-ish minutes, which I don't think we typically film more than that. But I think we would have time. I think we'd only have to like empty everything onto the computer and like empty the card once. So I don't know. And then we bought a mic to go with the camera. I feel like the biggest like complaint is too mean of a word, but the biggest thing that people say is like we have kind of inconsistent volume on our videos because we're filming with our phones, right? And so they can only pick up so much. So when you're really close, it's like so loud. And then when you're far away, it really doesn't pick up anything. So hopefully this will help with that, making the far away parts that we have to film like a little bit better. But we'll see. I'm so excited. By the way, I literally, as part of a video, have cleaned this room twice this month. And this is what we're looking at right now. I'm about to do some computer work, get some shorts scheduled. I've just started taking shorts seriously in the last like month or so. I do feel like enough people watch them that they're worth it, especially with like all the TikTok stuff that happened recently. I think people are trying to move over here, and I'm going to take advantage. We're already making short form content. I might as well put it up here. It doesn't hurt anything. And we get like, you know, $2 maybe if a short does really well. And that's better than $0. Hey, so I don't think this will take me super long, but I'm going to try and schedule the next like 2 weeks worth of shorts. We'll see. Hello. It's the next day, 2 days later. Here's all the things that I've done since we last spoke. I did get a couple of shorts ready to go, not for the next 2 weeks, because like we will also have things that are like current that we just made that I want to put up. So like I just scheduled a few throughout the next 2 weeks. And then on other days where like nothing's scheduled, I'll like manually day of go like add one in that's like recent. Had a couple of meetings yesterday, actually. So we had a meeting with our manager, which was like an hour long. It was good. Shout out to Paige. It was just talking about like our goals for the year. Talked a lot about like our audience, like what our core audience like believes in, like doesn't like, their like general age, things like that, which she like knows because she knows us because we're pals, but also like to help pitch to companies, like, you know, if you're looking for people who have this kind of reach, like that is relevant to like stay up to date with. Talk to her about some companies we'd like to reach out to hopefully get opportunities. Hopefully some of those pan out. That would be great. Then last night, Veronica, our editor, finished the video she was working on, which is the 2024 books wrap up. So I set that up. That went live this morning. And now it's Saturday morning. We went as a family actually and got coffee, which was really cute because I'm trying to have like slower mornings and not necessarily wake up and like immediately get to work. And so I don't like wake up and stress myself out. Anyway, so now I'm responding to some comments from our book video that just went up this morning. Then we have one of our grandparents is coming over for lunch today. So between now and then I need to shower, probably move over some laundry, and then I want to play around with our new camera so that I can use it tomorrow when we go thrifting to start a mini makeover video. We need to baby proof some things, and anyway, so I need to play around with that. I just really need to do like a lot of admin work. My plan is to do a bunch of that on Monday. What I'm trying to do today, which I'm not really supposed to be working on Saturdays, just made a new schedule. So the only work I'm trying to do today is responding to comments on YouTube and playing around with our new. And then I need to clean. We'll see if it happens though. Oh, the other meeting I had yesterday, I completely forgot to mention, was with Felix, touching base about like any ads that we need to make sure we get done, like, or if we like have to turn in a script to someone for an ad. We don't have any lined up right now, I don't think, which is not as stressful because we're still waiting to get paid from, I think, two. It's most stressful when we're not waiting to get paid from anyone and we also don't have anything lined up. And that hasn't happened in like 6 weeks. Had that meeting with Felix. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I recorded a video for Patreon. I feel like what I'm kind of doing with this video is just checking in and telling you. It's a lot of me being like, this is what I did at the computer. And then hopefully a little bit of like, here's me telling you before I film something. Here's me, a big yap video. So let's work on some of these comments. They're mostly nice, so it's not too hard.
A few moments later.
Okay, that took literally an hour. I've just found out that I guess the YouTube app doesn't show me all the comments that we get, which I didn't know. And I only like look at our YouTube comments like once a week, and we are now at like 15,700 subscribers, and our 2025 video has gotten like much more views more quickly than any other one, which is really exciting. But because of that, we had a lot more comments than normal. So anyway, yeah, so I spent an hour doing comments, which I really love doing. I'm not complaining at all, but it doesn't normally take that long. And now Grammy's gonna be here in like an hour, and I need to shower, and Felix also needs to shower before she gets here. So I think what I'm gonna do actually is a very quick cleanup in our room, just to like get trash out, some clothes like sorted. You can see it looks like a disaster zone, right? I think you can. And then I guess when Grammy leaves, maybe I'll play with the camera a little bit. You're about to witness a disaster in which I realized that I ordered a camera with no lens. That's why it was so much cheaper, is because I bought one with no lens. I spent so much time reading the description of the other aspects of the camera that I didn't realize there's no lens. Enjoy. Girl, there's no lens. Girl, where is the lens? You're not even noticing there's no lens.
20 minutes later.
So, as you saw, I was trying to play with our new camera. I spent so much time doing research and trying to figure out which one we wanted, which camera we wanted. What I ended up doing was buying just the base, so I need a lens in order for the camera to work. Here's what happened. They sell like a kit that comes with a lens, but it's like $200 more, right? Which now is making sense because it comes with like a tripod and like a couple other things. And I was like, we have a tripod. Like, I don't know if we need all that. So like, I just want the camera. And I spent so long trying to figure out if the camera came with the battery and a memory card that I didn't realize it didn't come with a lens. So, based on some Googling, it seems like I'm not the first person to make this mistake. So I'm going to pack up. All I did was open it. Like, I haven't even done anything. So I'm returning it. And then once we get the refund on that, I'm going to buy the kit, which is $200 more. But, like, it's for our business. We do get to write it off. Although, honestly, what does that really mean? I still have to spend the money. I still have to spend it. So, anyway. And then took the weekend off from work. That's not really true. It's never true. And I'm not complaining. Like, we get to make our own schedule. So, like, we do have to work kind of every day. But went estate sailing for a different video. Also because I went estate sailing kind of for 2 videos, actually. That went really well. Just posted a short. Got another short scheduled. Answered a bunch of comments. I'm about to post a questions box on our story for a Q&A to see what questions people have. And then I think I'm just going to clean our room. It's like still such a disaster. I was going to film it, but I'm trying to enter an era where I don't necessarily film literally every single thing that I do every day. And I already do a lot of cleaning videos. Like, I don't think I have to film every single time I clean something in my house. And I don't, but like usually when I do like a big thing I do, and I'm not going to. I'm just going to put on a VHS on my little TV. I will be filming when I like do a little makeover and move furniture, but I'm just cleaning right now. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to turn on a movie and clean. I might listen to my audiobook instead, but like you get the idea. Later today, either today or tomorrow, I need to check our P.O. box, which is also obviously part of our job, and return that camera. Oh, I have to start editing this week's video. Today's Tuesday. It needs to be ready by Friday night, ideally. So I think I'm going to clean first so I can have a nice clean space. And then this afternoon, I'll do some editing. Oh, I forgot I'm also about to talk to a brand about maybe doing a gifted campaign, because we've done gifted stuff with them in the past and I've never done like an integrated YouTube ad, and I want to have one that I've done to show to other brands for our manager to show to other brands about like, this is what it would look like as an integrated ad, which is like, I feel when other like content creators do it, I like it better when it's like kind of in the middle versus like, this video is sponsored by da-da-da-da. Have you seen da-da-da-da? Because it's like I just watched an ad before the video started, you know what I mean? Especially like if it's something that's kind of relevant. So like when people do like a little makeover and they're like, I got this furniture from IKEA. Thanks, IKEA, for sponsoring the video. I think that's fun. If you guys don't like it, sorry. Anyway, so I have to message them, which will take a few more minutes, and then I'll be cleaning. Hello. It's another Wednesday, so I finished cleaning a little bit yesterday. You can't really tell so much behind me, but I promise I did a lot. I packed away Christmas, did a little bit of like comment moderation type stuff. Streamed this morning. It's now 2:30, so for the next like 3-ish hours, I'm going to edit the next YouTube video, and then I'll probably have to be off for the rest of the night, hanging out with baby, eating dinner, all that stuff. Tomorrow's Felix's work day, and then Friday, all day, I need to be editing. Right now I'm waiting on, I just made the thumbnail for today's stream, and I'm waiting on it to upload to YouTube so I can just make it public as soon as possible. Yeah, that's it.
Are we being honest about what day it is?
Oh yeah, I was gonna start it. Okay. Hello. It's now February, but I wanted to wait until we actually got the camera to finish up this video, so it's coming out later than I anticipated. So thank you for watching. There's such a fine line, I'm sure you've all noticed, between like having to yell for the phone to hear us, and also it being like blown out.
Yes.
So, a nice microphone.
Oh.
I'm excited to have a nice little microphone that attaches to the camera. Okay, now for the main event.
This is not a great moment to hop in and say, yeah, your guys' volume control is really bad, because I promise we're trying. This will make our job easier as well as more possible to have it be a more pleasant experience for you.
Look, this one has a lens. See how it's fatter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that fat camera.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I'm so scared to mess with it. I'm sure I'll get used to it. I'm sure we both will. Hey, she's a girl.
You're a transphobe.
No, she is a girl. Look at her.
You've decided that. Let her speak. Let her speak. We don't. She uses they, them pronouns.
She uses they, them pronouns. Yeah,
That's a joke.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, did you want to pull out the next thing?
No, I don't know what it is.
That's part of the fun.
Is that I'm going to try to explain what it is?
Yeah, well, they're labeled.
This is a digibag from DigiNerds. It is a 7-piece digital care kit, which includes digital cleaning solution, cleaning cloth, table, tripod, air blower. I blow enough air myself. Don't know if that was necessary. Could have been a 7-piece kit. Cleaning brush.
It is a 7-piece kit.
I mean, 6. 5 cotton swabs. Okay, so it's a 12-piece kit. This is... I'm blindsided.
Get the fuck out of here.
And 2 universal screen protectors. This is a Vivitar carry-on gadget bag for your camcorder. It looks comically large for our camera.
But you put all those accessories inside.
Okay. All
You
right.
can put like an apple in here.
Sure. A second apple behind it. This is a SanDisk Extreme Pro UHSI card. And I know what it does. Here's a gripper. We call ours the Gorilla Grip because it's a Gorilla Pod brand. So this looks like a brand new Gorilla Grip.
This is a brand new Gorilla Grip. He works pretty good, seems.
Here's a fundamental filter kit. In case we have to post on Instagram.
Fundamental.
It's fundamental. Puts
That's
the
how
fun in
fun it is.
We have an Ultimax professional LED video light that also has sepia.
Yeah.
And pink.
I don't. This. So the kit
That's
that I
kinda
bought.
fun. No, hold on. Let me finish. And then an Ultimax rechargeable battery. That makes sense to me. Another rechargeable battery. This little guy, which is a card wallet. And then...
Oh, there's a level in this.
Oh, that's nice. And then a charger, it seems. And then a warranty and also a USB.
And also 5 different programs for free download.
Oh, slay.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll use any of them. Has anyone used these? And Photo Mirage, Video Studios, Painter Essential 7, Paint Pro Shop, Aftershot Pro. I've heard of Aftershot.
Don't shoot it the first time.
No. Anyway, yeah, excited to play with these. Hopefully, I'll play with some of the settings and stuff this weekend. Maybe the next video will be filmed on this. Maybe we won't have had time. You'll be like, wow, you guys have a lot more pores than I thought.
Wow.
And I'll be like, yeah, don't mention it. It's literally, that's so rude. I look fine. Anyway, God.
I don't know why we're so hostile to you. I think it's because the world feels really stressful.
Yeah,
but
I'm also really
literally,
thirsty.
our YouTube comments are like the nicest comments out of all of them.
That's true.
So we're just being silly.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you're in trouble. You're the opposite of in trouble. You've won an award for nicest comment section that we have.
To wrap up all the things we did in January, we can't specifically say due to contracts the amounts that we made for the ads that we did, but we posted 3 brands, 4 ads, because we did 2 for 1 brand, which is like the most I think we've ever done in 1 month ever.
Yeah.
Ads-wise?
I would say the ways in which we were compensated were very well for one brand, one brand that we would happily work with a million times over.
Yeah.
Medium fine for a brand, and then terribly.
Goldilocks situation.
And then terribly for another brand. I would say that the level of input that we received from our ads from the brand, like things they wanted us to change, the one that paid us very well, no input, let us post exactly what we wanted, and those ads did very well.
Mm-hmm.
The middle one, a lot of input. We'll get into that later. And it, to the extent that we will not be working with them ever again in the future, which I'm so thankful for. And then the other brand they had not as many edits as the like medium one.
They didn't have as many. They didn't pay us as much.
No.
But
And
it was product that they had
was fine.
was fine.
But the ad didn't do great, and they did a lot of edits and were a pain in the butt. And I would say, unfortunately, that has been like the majority of our experiences. Like, the more we're getting paid, the more fluidity there is. And I would say the less we're getting paid, the more nitpicky they are. And in general, I think it's because people who have big brand, like big ad budgets, are more likely to be trying to lock on to like a niche community.
They understand.
They have people who work for them who are seeking out content creators who they like their vibe and they know the content that they make. And then the less ad money that folks have, I think they just have like a big list of people, and so they don't know what to expect.
So we just watched a documentary. It was an update on our family. It's about an influencer who had a big controversy. You can look it up and look up the content warnings if you want.
Yeah.
But something that made me think a lot more that came from that is there was this guy who worked in marketing talking about influencer marketing in general. And he was like, if a brand is shooting like a commercial,
yeah,
they have to hire like a set space. They have to hire actors. They have to design a set, do costumes, do makeup, like hire all those people, have script writers, and also pay people to film it and edit it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of money. Versus paying an influencer who is using their own editing, their own clothes, their own, unless, like, that's what the brand is or whatever. Like, their own script in their brain. It's so much cheaper. So he was like, you go from paying $200,000 to shoot a 30-second commercial to paying one influencer $20,000. To be clear, we've never gotten $20,000. The girlie in the documentary definitely would have.
Yes.
Or more. Anyway, he was like, so like people talk about how much money they make, and they do, but like the companies are actually like really
saving a lot of money. Yeah.
And also they get really niche markets. With us, at least, I feel like if you are, I'm trying to think of someone, like if you're one of the Charlie D'Amelio, the people who have like 99 million, but they're all like 14-year-old boys.
Yeah.
I don't know how good their ads are doing. Probably bad. But for us, like if you let us be ourselves, our ads do really well.
In terms of engagement.
I'm
sure Charlie D'Amelio is getting like more views than we are on her ads, but like in terms of how many people are like actually.
The percentage of people who actually watch our video.
Yes, who watch it, who click
go to
it,
the
who are
click
interested.
link.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which also, again, I'm sure we said it in this video, so just cut it out if I've already said this, but we get paid flat rate. We do not do affiliate commission. We don't do like get a certain amount of views, get paid a certain amount. Ever. But for affiliate links,
we have a few affiliate links.
We have a couple. We don't make like money off of them.
No.
Not like, it's like 10%. It's Hope and Plum.
Hope and Plum we've never done like a paid ad with. They're a really small brand.
Yeah.
We genuinely use their products all the time.
They're like USA made.
And they're a great company. So happy to do an affiliate link. We don't ever make a lot of money on affiliate codes, but it's nice that if someone's like, oh hey, I was thinking about buying this anyway, is there any way I can buy it so that it goes back?
Yeah.
To know that like it's because of you. It's nice that we're like, yeah. And we get, like $20 or something. And then Big Fig.
Yeah, we've had in the past. I don't think we have an active one with them now. They've like changed around their like affiliate code. They're not stressful or anything.
No,
it's just
they're
like
incredible.
They clearly, it was like share a sale, and then it was like something else that they were with.
Like who's hosting it?
Yeah. Anyway, not a big deal. But
I think if we message them right now to say like, can we have another active one, they probably let us.
Yeah. But if you are ever thinking like, oh, I should click on this thing because otherwise the goofs don't get paid, we don't want you to feel that way. No. That's not the vibe. That's not the energy. That also part of the reason we have one for Hope and Plum is because we just like wear that carrier constantly.
Yeah, it works out for us because there's so few things.
Yeah.
That you use all the time. Like, any clothes that we wear that are cute. It's nice to be like, oh, it's from this company, but, like, I'm not wearing the same outfit every day the same way I'm wearing, like, the same baby carrier every day.
Yeah. The only other thing I could... And that we're, like, seen in. Like, you don't see, like, our diaper bag that much. Like, you don't see... You know what I mean? So we get paid flat rate. So it's just like, they say, we're going to pay you this much for this video. We say, great. Usually included in that is like a number of edits that they get, how long the video is going to be, what platform, whether or not there's like a link in bio.
Sometimes they want a script beforehand.
If they want to be able to post it on their own social media.
Yes.
If they want to be able to boost what we have posted. all of that is kind of like included in those things. And we have a manager now who we really like, and so we kind of don't have to worry about like that portion nearly as much. Obsessed with our manager. Our page is incredible.
So, when last we saw you, we were filming an ad.
Sure were.
We sure were.
It's been weeks. Oh my God.
And we won't name any names.
No. And please don't, it will not help us for you to try to track down who this is and then be shitty to them. I think it's going to be obvious in the way we talk about this and like through context clues who we're talking about. I don't want
Please don't go to our ad or to anyone's ads with this company.
No.
And say anything snotty.
That's not helpful.
That's not the sweet pea way.
No, that's not what we're looking for you to do.
That's not what we want.
We're having an open, honest moment.
As honest influencers.
Yeah, we're having a bitching sesh. And if we can't, we won't be able to do this in the future about things if you act up is the problem.
That's true.
So, for
Listen
the
up.
privilege of the nosy community, this is what you have and this is what you're getting. Tread carefully.
A certain company who we had worked with before reached out to ask if we wanted to work with them again. And we said, we had already said last time, I don't want to work with them anymore. But we were like, now we have a manager, and the manager is going to be the one who's talking back and forth with them, which is the worst part anyway. Because the actual, like, ad making is almost never the hard part.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's give them one more shot.
And they don't pay well. They pay below our rate consistently. Like, they never...
Not just us. We know other influencers who've worked with them. They never pay anyone's rate. They're always paying, like, much less.
Yes, this is a brand who has gotten in trouble with the court of public opinion in the past. There's one content creator who posted about it and is a black trans woman and was like, I was offered this tiny amount by this brand. When that whole controversy was happening, I was like, that's how much they offer everybody, and they shouldn't. And like black trans, and like in general, black content creators of color are much more likely to accept a lower rate, which is part of why, like, if you're a content creator and you want to know how much we made, DM us, email me.
Yeah.
Email is probably best. Happy to talk to you about it. Weight transparency is really important to us. Anyway, this company doesn't pay well, and they also, so for this ad, they basically were like, give us two different like prompts, and we gave them a boring one that kind of just like followed everything in their brief, and then we gave them like a fun one. We send them the script. They're like, perfect, that looks great, go ahead and film it. We film it. The energy is as if Morgan is being held hostage.
I think we're all talking about the things we'd like to prioritize in the new year. If you watch this video to the end, you'll literally get a
And that someone has.
I feel like it's nice.
I think you did. You did as good as you could do. What they approved sucked. We went back through when like doing like the posting requirements and things. They didn't like sneak it in exactly.
I wouldn't say they didn't.
But it's like on like the second page, in like the top of the second page. Just if you're like skimming, it's not something that you're noticing. It turns out that there was a minimum views requirement for us to get paid, which was like not in a place, obviously it was, and I've never had that happen.
No.
Never had that happen in a contract, wasn't looking for it. There are other things that I look for in a contract, like them like being able to use it for perpetuity, like them like how long it needs to like live on a page. Like,
not exclusion, what's it called? Exclusivity.
You can't post about other products, like that kind of thing. Like those are the things that I'm looking for.
Some of them don't want you to post any ads like a day
for like
before or like
for like
whatever.
a week or like something other cuckoo bananas like that. So anyway, they snuck in, has to have this minimum number of views, otherwise you don't get paid, which is wild. And then they also would not approve our caption that had any kind of ad like acknowledgement in it. So super infuriating. They wouldn't let us do anything. They wouldn't let us do like a visual overlay hashtag ad. They didn't want us to mark it as paid.
And we're going back and forth through our manager, and our manager's on our side, obviously, because she's incredible.
Obviously.
Unrelated.
Let's say I'm trying to sell this lamp. This is a lamp. It's kind of an expensive lamp. You don't necessarily need this lamp, but the lamp is fun. If you go to the link in my bio, every single person who goes to the link in my bio and clicks it gets a free lamp. Every single person. You're literally gonna get a free lamp. Literally, you will get a free lamp is like the thing that they want.
They really want you to say literally.
This lamp company that we've worked with before. And then if you go to the link in the bio, you click, and it's like 15% off a lamp.
Half lamp.
You get a half a lamp free if you buy 6 other lamps.
So
I'm so glad we never have to work with them again.
No.
They would have to come to my house on their knees, begging.
No, they've
for us
already
to work
asked
with
to
them.
work with us again.
They did. They already asked us to work with them. Let me read you. Let me read you this absolutely vicious email that I sent, because it was,
And you weren't rude, because it's not, I'm sure it's not the person we're talking to. I'm sure it's someone else who maybe is like a 60-year-old man. I have no idea, who has no idea how marketing works and no idea how influencer marketing works specifically.
Mm-hmm. Hi, person who sent me this email. Based on our most recent collaboration with this particular group, we aren't interested in working with this group or any of its partner companies moving forward. It isn't worth us to risk our platforms by posting undisclosed ads, parentheses, as dictated by the platform. It is against community guidelines to do so and could get our accounts taken down, end parentheses, especially for such a low rate. If in the future this company is interested in always marking ads as paid promotion and is able to accommodate a higher rate, we'd be open to working together again. I know this isn't within your control personally by any means, but if you're able to pass this information along to the higher ups of your marketing team, I would really appreciate it. Our followers and community love that we're open and honest with them, and not marking content that is paid as paid promotion risks their trust in us, which is how we're able to get such high engagement on our ads in the first place and subsequently pay our rent. Thanks so much, Felix. So the ad that we did for them, I put it, we have a playlist on TikTok that's called ad work, and I don't immediately add them. I add them like after the fact, so that people can like go through and like see things in case they're like, oh, I wonder what, like,
especially businesses. It's
yes,
like nice to have.
But also if you saw us do an ad for something, you're like, oh, like what was that baby carrier that CouplaGoofs worked with? It's like seemed really cool. Oh, it was Osprey. Let me go find that video. Like you can just like find it in the list on TikTok. This one I immediately added it to our ad work because that was how I was going to disclose that it was an ad, because I was pissed off that
it's also clear it's an ad.
It's also just so obvious that it's an ad,
which is fine. I love ads.
Our ads are like a break from our
when
regular content in that it's clearly about a product and they're like overly silly and a fun time and goofy, and so all of the comments
the same way we all
them,
like love Super Bowl commercials sometimes, or like there's nothing wrong with ads existing.
Yes.
And I don't think anybody thinks that way. What everyone hates is when you act like it's not an ad.
Right.
And I don't know why they don't get that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In Mean Girls, when they put out that makeup product and it's really and that's annoying to people. The product placement, it's like something where you're like, now I'm distrustful of you. It's kind of like where we're at in our society. But on every platform that we posted this godforsaken ad on, all of the comments were like, I love your guys' ads. Your ads are so funny.
You guys are
and I was like, thank you.
And again, please don't go yell at the brand.
No.
Know that we are fine.
No.
But it is how we're wrapping up January by being like, we're never working with them again.
Never.
We never have to work with them again. So really, all you should say is thank God.
Yeah, all this to say, we are so thankful to the brands that we work with for paying us. We are thankful to you guys for watching our ads. If you are a brand who's watching this for some reason, I don't think you are, but if you are, let us do things that are silly and let us do our own stuff, because it does better. Like
it just
does the most better.
Yeah.
Always.
Our Osprey ad is doing incredibly well.
Yes.
And we have 2 of them.
Yes. And we love them.
And we love
them.
Let us know if you want to work again. We loved them. Loved everything about them. Thank you so much for watching. I know people are really curious about what it's like to be an influencer. I know this was a lot of me sitting and talking.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that.
It's hard.
It's also hard. It's hard to film anytime I was like streaming or responding to comments or Felix usually does a lot of editing while the baby is napping on them, because their editing is on their phone.
The short form, yeah.
Or
I don't know if we filmed like any of my short form things.
I don't think so.
No.
But we talked about them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was just a glimpse, because there's so much of it that we don't film. But I know everybody is part of the nosy community, as am I. So hopefully it was a little bit interesting.
If there are parts of this that you'd like to see more of, or that you're interested in, or whatever, feel free to tell us in the comments to make a video about that.
Yeah.
If you like this kind of video, it's definitely something that we can try to do. Sometimes we don't have like any ads, and I feel like our most
We didn't have any in February, and we didn't have any in October or November.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think hopefully we'll have at least one in March, and then there's another brand who was like, we have a campaign coming up in March. We'll think of you then. So hopefully they reach out. We are only able to do this job because of sweet peas like you who watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you to viewers. What do they say on PBS?
I have no idea.
Thanks to viewers like you. Thank you. Is like what it always is.
I don't know this about PBS.
It's because you never watched PBS.
No, I watched the
Morgan
Disney
was
Channel.
wealthy.
And that's what you missed on Glee. Mickey Mouse.
And that's what you mixed on Mouse.
That's what you moused on Mick. Boo-boo-doo-boo-boo-doo-boo. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That's all I'll say.
That's all we'll say.
Happy New Year. Well, I mean, I guess we saw you in the New Year. Happy this week.
You can see the pants hanging.
Good. It's true to form. On guard. 256.
They meant dollars. And I was
no.
like, that's small.
Oh.
For $300. Sorry, physically.
I was like,
For how many
rich?
dollars it is. To have
Yeah.
it be a more pleasant experience for you.
Also, your experience will be better. And that's what
Yeah.
you just said.
Isn't that the words that I said?
I did that thing where I wasn't listening to what you were saying. I was waiting on my turn to talk. Pop her little pussy on.
Pop your pussy, pop it on the floor. I don't want to see you pop a pussy anymore.
It's like you're the chaperone in a middle school dance.
That is my whole vibe. I know that it would suck. Is this not your job? Do you not? And it makes me, I'm an adult. It's fine. It's not that serious. But it was frustrating. So there was like that. I was trying to do that audio, but I don't remember how the audio goes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They're like, it's fine, I'm an adult, it's fine. As they're like,
I'm not on
you
TikTok.
haven't seen that one? She's not on the internet.
I'm not on TikTok.
She's only touching
Makes me wanna
grass.
take my eyes out.
Bum, 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 bum.
So I do not get on TikTok.
Bum, 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 bum.
Instead, I read a book.
She's reading.
The book is just smut.
It's only ever smut. It's like, it's not that you literally get a free lamp. It's never that you get a free lamp. There's no such thing as a free lamp. No one's ever gotten a free lamp from them. Girl, stop wobbling.
Girl,
Please
stop wobbling.
Stop wobbling.
Let
Put
your head down. Maybe our new camera will wobble less.
Won't wobble less?
Will wobble less.
Will wobble less.
Will wobble less.
Perhaps it will wobble less.
Perhaps it will wobble a little bit less.
Maybe it will be less. Okay.